just wrapping up, sending the links out to everybody, and then getting the stream pulled up on my tablet so I can read y'all's chat. And I gotta take a few more bites of food. So I just had dinner. That's turning on. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's get this link put out in all the spots. Any other way would be incorrect. Let me just flip that around for you guys. Tablet's booting up. Give me a sippy sip of drink. Hello, hello. We are about to start. We have two beautiful phantasms here. Where's my trusty dusty knife? And yes, that's just a razor blade. Don't at me. We will start with the left one, because that's what I decided. Well, let's go here and there. I have only seen some pictures online of this model so far. I have not seen this in person yet. I was not fortunate enough to go to let me turn down my music. I just realized it's just as loud as I am, probably. All right, that's probably better. Hopefully that's better. Hopefully y'all can hear me better. But I was not able to go to Gen Con because life. But that's why I ordered two online. We have some crinkle crinkles, 2 bags, 3 bags, and a box. Those boxes are good. These little better. What's up, Seth? How are you, man? These boxes are good just for carrying models. Dude, Seth's here. You know it's legendary when Seth's here. Oh boy, it's here. This is there's extra support that's not from this model. That is a brick of resin. All right, this looks like the torso and the hip joints. We have an SFG branded base, which we'd love to see. Fact. What's going on, man? How are you? Doing okay up there in the not so wintry north right now? So we'll get everything laid out first. Make sure this is all in view still. Voxel Forge Ministers, what's up? Howdy, howdy. Yo. These appear to be all the little bits in the cool heads. 2 chest guns and the 2 guns, and these are the 2 ones that are printed at the wrong size. Who sculpted this? I wish I could be cool enough to tell you that answer. Someone very, very good at creating biblically accurate angels. I've never. It's like bands with me. I could tell you who sang a song, but I couldn't tell you like the band, or like I couldn't tell you I could tell you the band, but not the person who sang in the band. We have. This is where all the glory is right here. Final bag. The giant swords. And the 2 wings. This is packaged really well. I don't know who like laid this out like this, but as you saw, this was really, really well laid out. Let's see. How are the swords doing for warpage? According to Google, it is Russ Charles. We have a little bit of warpage here on this board blade, but that's easy to fix. Russ Charles also makes sense because he was talking a lot about this and how they designed the keyhole here to hold the wings. He was probably a part of the team that did it. Okay, so that's how that goes. Sweet. Them swords and wings, yeah. So we have 2 here. This is one of them. This one had a little bit of a bend on the sword. The other one did not. That's the only thing I've noticed so far. But like this is like hot water and fix. Boom. Easy. This is the wrong size piece as I drop it. And this is the correct size piece. Okay. So they've already noted this. If you have a Phantasm, you'll be getting replacement parts just sent to you. Don't need to put anything in. That's the size difference. Here's the main torso. Let's zoom in for y'all. I don't notice anything crazy wrong about this. Some scuffing that's fine. Some print lines where it doesn't matter. Plenty of supports to little dots to clean up. No, I think Doug's doing fine. I think he's doing fine. Yeah, I'm gonna use this model to clean its own supports. What you guys do, right? Waist piece, legs, the Gundam-esque legs. Oh, that's definitely gonna need glue. That's how the legs go together. Pretty simple. And then this goes like this. Oh, is he designing Trench Crusade now? Oh, I did not know that. That's awesome. I'm happy for him. All right, now let's figure out how these legs go into the base. Zoom out a little bit. Do you go like this? Nope, you're on this side. Are you? This is where we get... Oh, that goes like that. Ah, okay. And then this goes like this. There's a spot right here. This little rebar is to the front, and that goes in right there. That just sits like that. This will be interesting to do without this, which I will be doing on one of them. So I have to cut that off and sand it. Yes, this is smoke or fire billowing from the base. Here's the big chunk of resin that this is. Knock those supports off. Smoke printed really smoothly. And then on this side, on this leg, there's a little dot right here. And that goes in right there. Like that. And then there's a second dot right here for one of the rivets to line up in. So like it has feet, but like it really doesn't have feet. Let's move on to these arms. I know they go facing down like this. Yeah? Yeah, that looks right. That is pretty sweet. Arms are not technically magnetized, but they might be for mine. I might magnetize them myself. We'll see once the thing starts getting built up from the base. Chest parts, we can zoom in on. Little small magnet. Slides in there and basically just dry fits. Like you don't need anything, even a magnet there. Come on, there we go. Second chest piece. Very good fitment. This one just looks cooler, so this might be the one that lives in my Dusk, my thing the whole time. Because like the way this sits on the base, it's like this. You'll never see what's there anyway. There's the head in, which is like also push fit basically. I'm gonna have to sand that down to get that to pop in and out easier. That is a point fit. And then the head. This one goes in much easier. It seems like a paint in separate pieces kind of model. Yes. In no way, shape, or form. The wing, like, I will probably build, I would build the legs, and this is probably how I'll do it. We'll see. I'm going to build the legs. And this will be a piece I paint. And then I'll build the torso. Like this will just be one piece. And then each of the little attachments will be one piece. These will not be, because they're tiny. Are these different? These are the same. These different? Trying to see if one fits on the other. Streamlabs. Whoever followed and joined the Ice Kingdom, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Oh, we just hit 700 subscribers live on YouTube. Thanks, guys. That's awesome. Thank you. That's sweet. That's actually pretty sweet. Thank you. The wings, I don't know how I'm gonna paint these, because they go together like these, and the wings themselves are magnetized. Like this is glued, this is one piece. This is like hand for scale. Here, let's pull in the 80 mil for scale. Just kind of gets hidden behind these wings. That's huge. But this is one piece, and this slots into the back like that. Very snugly, apparently. So probably paint it like this. Even then, I feel like getting into here might not be super easy. So it might be better off to paint as the wings as through all three pieces, glue them together at the end, and that goes in fine. So that goes in like that. This part is magnetized right here. And that way you can grab the wings like this when you paint them. I do like those Cephalics. They are pretty sweet. Here's Nestella. This is totally not what I'm here for, but there's my Nestella. Just get some outer coating. That's Phantasm number 1. Let's compare and see what happens with Phantasm number 2. And see if there's any shocking differences. Probably not. Hopefully not. I guess that would be the goal, right? You'd want them to be the same. Packaged very similarly. What I'm most curious about is the swords. And if they are any more, like, not bent. So we're going to start with the wings on this one. Packaged in a very similar way, which is awesome. A little bit of curve, way better than the other one. And then this one is... These are much better. Let's compare. Let's compare. Give me other hand. So these are good. These are both good. And then let's grab the other one. You can tell this one is from the first one. It's a little bit more bent. And this one's pretty good, I'd say. If you wanted to bend it a little bit, you could. But I think you'd be fine otherwise. I didn't even think to check the wings. Yeah, these are good. All good there. These things are so cool. They're so massive. I did a resculpt on a Drudge model to bring out some of the details I wanted. That is really cool. That's what I like about them doing the 3D printed stuff with like the older armies. Like it allows so much more room for customization for like those models. These wings are so cool. These wings are so awesome. Overall, everything feels pretty similar on the second one so far for the wings. Mesh density to work with them. What do you use to work on them? I'm not a 3D person. Like I 3D print and I can like push together 2 different STLs, but like that's the limit of my skills. So like what tools do you use for that? 2 different heads, as we saw before. No big differences. The same tiny little nubs. These are probably the guns. Yeah. I kind of like the smaller ones on the swords. I'm rambling here because this is a cool thing. But like to me, that like, I like that more than I like this. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Fit pretty well in there though. This one not as much, probably because it's the wrong size, but all right, onto the big bag of tricks. I'm curious if this one's tolerances or anything different. We have our second SF3 banded base. I don't know where I put my first one, so that one's going on the ground. Another torso. Nothing crazy wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all. Some old lines in there, but like nothing that's crazy. So what I'll probably be doing is between the two of these kits, I'll be picking out like the quote-unquote golden pieces to use for the one that I will be using for my painting competition that I'm going to enter this in. And then I'll be using the other one to be like my paint one to play with too. Another set of legs. We can start popping off these supports because after we get this figured out, we're gonna build one. I am curious how I'm gonna split this up to be built and painted. That is gonna be the real question. I'm just checking for any like obvious problems. I don't see anything wrong, so that's always a good thing. Just knocking out some of these supports. This sort of like sculpting tool is like one of my favorite ways just to clean off the supports. All right, let's check these tolerances on the head. This one is super tight, like that's not fitting in there without like over exertion of force, so I will trim the head down on that one. Let's try the other one. A little better, but still needs to sand down the heads on both sets, basically. On the chest pieces, it's gonna require sanding as well. Tolerances are super tight on this jack. Yeah. So this might be one of those cases of it's very tight. I might just be putting one set in and leaving it there. Yeah, that's going to require some sanding. Does it go the other way? No, it does not. All right, I'm not done. Cool. Cool. That's that. Another base. This is, I don't know, once you guys get yours, you'll see how heavy this is. This is heavy. Which I guess is good to add some weight to which is probably another reason why they did it, was to add some weight to the bottom of the base so the thing didn't like want to tip over. When you do get yours, to make sure you get a flush base, you'll probably want to sand the bottom. And when you sand resin, just wear a mask. Because there are the pits, and these are a little bumpy. It'll make sure you don't have you want to make sure you have a perfect flat surface for it to glue on. And here you can get a better view of this keyhole part. Let me zoom in for you. That just goes like that. Super simple. Super easy. And there is a little bit of, there's a gap between the cloth. So like probably would recommend doing the base and the leg separate. But dry fit everything to be sure. And you could probably get away with doing the torso at the same time. Yeah, like that as one piece, that's probably fine. And that gets you most of your shading right away. Holding it will be interesting. Then where's the keyhole piece? Yeah. Cool. That is going to require a little bit of sanding, which I might not do tonight. I might just pop off all the supports. Sanding would require putting on a mask, and masks do not do well on stream. Can confirm. Yeah, we're just going to go through and hang out and pop all these supports off. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the smaller ones are cooler, or do you think the big ones make sense? Because that's what they're supposed to be. Maybe I just don't like this part. Like this big bold eyepiece. That could be it. I do just like this shape more. I just don't like it. Yeah. Any supports on the head. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this custom head too. So I'm gonna be probably cutting the head at the jaw here. Maybe here? I don't know how I'll do it. Maybe like... And then I'm gonna open up the jaw like it's like going into... Like it has a mouth. This one would probably be easier for it if it didn't have these giant like wings. I could just get my saw into like this back half and then open it up. Now we just... Sword is not. Looking at the sword again, this is pretty... I don't know how much you would see. This is some pretty rough detail. I don't know what happened to this. Where's my other sword? So my other swords do not look like this. Yeah, like this one's super smooth. But this one is clearly not. So, probably have a misprint here, which is unfortunate. A decent amount of sanding can fix this. That is pretty rough. Is the other side that way? Nope, other sides are fine. So, but I will probably have to sand it. I want to have time for a mispack to get it ready for Nova. Just something to be on the lookout. When you guys get yours, just be careful. Yeah, just gonna pop all these supports up. They do break off super easy. Maybe someone in chat can tell me. These supports are like all so small. What happens like if you didn't print with them? Like how much do those tiny little supports help? I'm assuming a lot because they're there, but like they don't feel like they're so small. It's just an intriguing thing to me. A lot of supports on these wings. Oh, these little like micro supports in the glow lines. Here. Come on. I know you're not supposed to be there. There you go. Come on, there we go. Lower my chair. It's like, good. Yeah, you can tell what angle this was printed at. It was printed like this. Right towards you. I'm like super out of focus. I just realized. Oh, I got a message. Hang on. We're gonna get Party Foul in here. He was supposed to be hanging out with me. Just chat. I'd ask for a new part. Wait, hang on. Oh, my laptop is not. Hang on. I'm super far behind on chat. I just realized my screen is super not updated. Sorry. There it goes. ZBrush, but that's an industry standard. Thanks for the review. Very cool. Got to run. Sounds like they printed solid. Wet sanding catches the dust. True, it does. Did you see the notification for the parts? I did. Yeah, I'd ask for a new part. Yeah, that's from auto support. Oh, ouch. Sorry, my screen did not update the chat. I'm back now. I'm 100% caught up. And Voxel, thank you for ZBrush. That's good to know. Seth, I hope if you hear this, I love you. I miss you. Did you see? Yeah, where are they? They're right here. And I don't know, I was rambling. Here's the two parts. Here they are next to each other. Yeah, man, I'm totally a pro at this. I swear to God. Yeah, I might ask for a new part, but I'm definitely going to try to fix this and salvage this. And this will be definitely one of the parts that is on my not as nice model. The one I paint first, basically.
Streamlabs.
701 subscribers. Whoop, whoop. Thanks for following, man. Appreciate it. I got to turn that notification off because it doesn't show up right. It's gone now. But yeah, what do you guys think now that you're here? If you have an iPad or... I do have a tablet. That's how I'm reading chat. And that's what did an update. And I do have Nomad on it. I'm just like... So I got a lot of projects to finish before Nova. There's the small one. You can see the big gap, probably where it's supposed to be up to here. And then you have the normal one. Yeah, I like this design more. I just don't like this big bulb. This big bulb right here. Check my other sword from this box. Yeah, this is how the swords are supposed to look. It looks battle damaged. Funny. Frustrating a little bit, but oh well. What can you do? Yeah. How do I want to... Do I want to use... I guess... I think of the best glue to use for this. I would want to use JB Weld tonight, but like that would require a lot of work. So like when you do your supports, do you do your own supports or do you find that auto support's usually good enough? Because like my buddy has our resin printer for like the group and he does like auto supports and then adds a few and he's like pretty happy with it. And all of his prints have come out like good enough for us. And this one's got some pretty, I don't know if you'll be able to catch it. No, not big enough to worry about. Once I prime this, it'll be covered up. Just looking for supports now. We can start gluing. Other wing. I really hope somebody paints this like Gundam wing. That would be cool. I do really wish I could just paint like 6 of these things because I have so many ideas for these models. But they're sadly FA2. However much they should be FA3. And FA3 would be awesome. Would never get played. That's why they should do it. A lot of little baby supports on the back of these wings. I'd say the wings probably have the most cleanup out of this kit. Everything else seemed pretty quick, but like these wings just have a ton of little like just supports where they probably just popped them off and the little nubs were left. There's a big boy support. I'm gonna grab my X-Acto knife. These finer ones, I just wanna smooth out real quick. All right, well, don't be afraid to wear eye protection. A piece just almost flew in my eye, so be careful. There's your warning. Zoom out again. Yeah, I'm definitely going to want to sand that. Because that's like the upmost part. That'll sit like this. So you'll see this all day. Like some of these under ones, you don't got to worry about as much, but like this part right here, you're definitely going to want to sand. That's all the supports off the wings. This piece has like barely anything, if at all. Dude, there's the guy right there. Talk in the chat, you goofball. How dare. I know. You're good. I saw your message. Hello. First one was great. Second one is has a definitely a misprinted sword. No, yeah, I bought two, of course. Like I don't know why you wouldn't buy two. Let's start there, okay? But yeah, the head is super cool. The heads are cool. This sword is definitely, if you compare it to another one, it's got like battle damage built into it. So, dude, they're like the wings are huge. Oh, the base is the heaviest piece of resin, for sure. But the wings are huge. Let me compare this to Astilla or Aberration. It really is. Super happy with it. Oh, like the chest piece means, yeah, like I was talking earlier. I'm leaving one chest piece in and that's it. Because of like how he's hunched over. Curion looking good. Thanks, man. But yeah, you're right. Like, so it's this, and it's like, I'll try to get this as best I can without the base, because he's not getting glued to the base when I paint him. He's sitting like, say this is where the base is, like, oh, right here. The base is like this. He's like this, pretty much. Oh yeah, like whatever's, and like, I'll probably do whatever the cooler one is, which I think is this one, and this one's staying in there. And also, the tolerances on this are super tight, so it's not even like, without sanding, you could easily change them anyway. Not on the, okay, like, the Dusk heads, no one cares about. I don't. Yeah, and the Dusk Colossal, the weapon difference is like, you get this piece, or you get, well, once they get replaced, you get the other piece. That's like, which I'm totally fine with. I like that they have both options, and I also like that it's going to be rule of cool for people. The Gargast. Mm-hmm. That is this. The head is like the size of this thing's torso. What's that base you got for your aberration? It looks super neat. This is actually entirely separate game. This is Trench Crusade. Well, this is a Trench Crusade base. So is the Nostella one. But yeah, I took a Gravedigger's box and threw it on there. They will get looser over time. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna sand, because once I add paint and I'm gonna sand them a little bit, because like this one doesn't even fit in the chest to start with. On the other one, they do fit. Flindo, hey gamer, did they send you a new Scorn model by accident? No, I don't think so. This is a cool Dusk Gundam. Oh, I'm doing the Ava. Yeah, one purple, one red. Doing one unit 2, one unit 1. I almost want to do one unit 8 instead of unit 2, but like nobody knows unit 8. Like unit 8's like obscure. Oh, whenever they do make them, yeah, say 3, I'll get a third one. Yeah. Maybe some Kithgard? No. I do wish they sent me some Kithgard. That'd be cool. I'd be painting some Kithgard. I primed a bunch of my Prime Bloods I built already. I'm in a trolled mood right now. I mean, those new Kithgard reveals are pretty sweet. But yeah, that's all this. I do like paint my reef troll. Yeah. They have that aesthetic to them that fits the troll, like, yeah. Mm-hmm. They also just fit like the troll, like little goofy but kind of serious vibe that they've had. Yeah, I like the new Boom Howler, the mini crate Boom Howler that's like that. Nice. That's basically on time for Canada. I just got Boomhowler today. Yeah, he was a mispack for me. Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't think about it. Mm. Voxel, I would love to sculpt something like Ava mass production units. So, since you clearly know Voxel, you clearly know what Ava is, what would you think if I painted my Ghast like the mass production units? This goes to you too, Party Foul. Like, remember like the angels that it's all like the mass production ones that attacked. Yeah, the white and gray ones, or the white and black ones. Okay. Something else. Yeah. How good are you with whites? I'm okay with white paint. My gravediggers are white, so. How are the print supports on this bad boy? They pop off super easy. I'm actually popping them off right now. Sup Tyrants, how are you liking the Phantasm cleanup so far? It's really easy. You definitely need to wet sand some of the parts because it's so large. And like Dusk is built to be so smooth. The little like on the backside, the little imperfections are just so much more obvious than they would be like on like a mechanical fake looking jack. Yeah, the two. Well, not that they don't fit properly; they're just different sizes. Sorry, Party Foul. Sorry, dude. It's like hard to talk to you and chat. No, you're good. I was just about to ask you a question. The painting. If you want to go paint, go for it, man. Somebody found the picture of the the nerve like uniforms, like the khaki with the red beret. They were thinking I should paint all the troops either like that or like Ray's plug suit, the black and maroon one. Not in the movies. So in the movies, she has a black and maroon plug suit. So do you think the khaki yeah. So how should how should I do the Dread Guard? Because they're not like the rank and file, like all the Soulless are. Because that's where this also gets weird. Like the Dread Guard are like big chunky armored dudes. Because I would love to do like. That's where I'm like, I don't know. And I also want it to look like cohesive on the table. It's like the Soulless and all them looking like the troops would work. Painting Hazaroth like Gendo would be kind of funny. Yeah, I figured they would be the same purple. The Dreadguard, yeah. Purple. And then the clothes would just be black. So I did some... Okay. Yeah. Are you also doing the black and white of the angels or just a spot of red? I think Orion is right. I think the black and the white might be a little too simple for the Dreadguard. I think I might do the purple on him. I know whenever we get our 80 mil jack, because we probably know those are a thing, I'm gonna do that like unit 8. Yeah. Yep. All right. So now I got to do a test model with that nerve colors. Yeah. I painted a bunch of my red lights, the Robotech, Veritech fighter schemes, so Anime Mecha is a good source of inspiration. They all, like, Dusk, and like Flindo said, Dusk is super, like, Ava coded. And, like, the Phantasm itself. Yeah. Have fun with your terrain, man. Yeah, well, I'll see you. I saw your message earlier about seeing you on Saturday. Yeah, we'll get some terrain knocked out this Saturday, man. But yeah, that's been like my problem with Dusk is like the jacks are so easy to paint. And then it's like, how do I relate this to the jacks? Yep. Now painting like Cyrafel, like Misato, seems kind of silly too. I don't either. Oh, the first one? How to reference the boss. Yeah. Phantasm is definitely an Ava. Yeah. It's gonna be one of those things I just gotta play around with. Yeah. As a complementary color scheme. You could just do the non-jack stuff as complementary color scheme to the Eidolons. Exist. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely am. I'm watching through all of Ava right now just to see what happens and like get some inspiration from the show. But dude, like, I think Kaki's neutral enough, and depending on the basing I do, it'll blend in. So. Non-metallic metals with metals. I will say on these wings, there is these supports inside the glow lines. They are very annoying to remove. Yep, I'm gonna flood it with white ink and then airbrush some white on top of that, and then yeah. What color? I'm assuming yellow glow. Is that the correct color, or do you think? I don't know what the glow should be. So like when it's, yeah, when they're angry in berserk mode. Oh, that would actually be super cool because I'm cutting. Where's the head? This one's gonna be hard to do. I'm cutting the head at the jaw and then opening it to do berserk mode, and I'm gonna put the teeth in. Yeah, and this one's like easy enough depending on where I cut it. I'm just gonna cut it like right here, bend it back a little bit, and then like sculpt, 3D print some teeth, put them in there. Berserk mode, they go fucking red and the eyes are white. But they don't really have a glow effect aside from like the green, but the green's on the armor. But I feel like too much red on this purple would be like too distracting. Yeah. I might also just not put it on the whole model either. The swords are going to be the spears of Longinus, and I'm so excited for that. Yeah, because I'm going to do like this giant, the entire sword, like not even like the handle, the whole thing's just going to be like metallic red. Both my bases are a little sticky. It's a feature. It's sticky icky, like Aberration does to other enemy models. Yeah, I'm curious. Curious if I gotta hit that or leave that in the sun for a little bit. It's funny. They're in they're in the same spot where it's not like where they're both sticky. It's right there. You can see it. So what do you paint now? The Rangers? Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, I saw you were talking to Sunday about that. Mm-hmm. Interesting. That's cool. I need to mess with like my camera and like backgrounds. Shit, I missed 2 models when I primed. I guess that will be my next priming session. That's what I do all the time. When I miss a model, it just adds to my next batch. Because my goofy ass is over here is painting 2 Gravediggers army and a Dusk army. So it's So it's my co-host is helping me paint it. I've got it all primed, built, and base coated. He's finishing all the little details, like he's going through and doing like the pouches and the sleeping sacks and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna go back in and do all the yellow trim, all the faces. Yeah, it will be minus the assault gun. That's the question, isn't it? Kit cards here. Yeah, I'm gonna finish all but. So for my gravediggers, I will probably get to them after Nova, because the gravediggers will be finished pretty much minus the Strider and assault gun and McCoy. Everything will be done at Nova, which is the end of this month. Well, and I still have to go my own army, so, and these are at a like tabletop level, not at like your level. And then after Nova, I'm running my event, an event in October, so that's gonna take time for me to prep. And then I'm going to lock and load now, so I'm gonna try to get my Dusk finished for lock and load with the new scheme. So Gravediggers is in St. Louis. Oh, November 14th. Yeah, I think I'll be able to finish at least one of my Dusk lists in its new scheme. No, that is not a real list. Or maybe it is. I haven't played it yet. But also, no, one of these is to get entered in the P3 painting competition. And one of them is to play. Lock and load is 200 points list. That is correct. So I'll have one list that's like table ready in the yellow, and probably one list that's like done in purple. Is probably how it's going to break down to be. But yeah, I bought 2 Phantasms so I could like pick the nicer parts for each one and then work on that for the... Oh, I mean, I have been like on paper, I have a list that runs 2, and I'm like, after running 1 and seeing what it does, I'm like, all right, if the Super Junior if like Lanissa keeps Hunter's Mark for some reason, if she keeps Hunter Mark, 100% you can run 2 colossals. You will just run no Dreadguard, but you will run 2 colossals at threat 16 inches and our PAL 23. like that's gross. That's super gross. That's yeah. And it's PAL 14, or it's range, it's threat 14 with no, like, I have to go land something. So it's just 14 base. And if I land the Hunter's Mark, it becomes 16. GG. Yeah, like what if they flub some damage rolls? Yeah. Flintos asks, assuming only overlap is no... You can repeat characters in the same 2 lists. You just can't repeat casters. Yeah, what do you mean? I mean, like, I will just solo this Moraine. Watch me. I mean, that's all Orgoth does anyway. Let's just... All they run is Harask. Now it's just him and a Garlgast. They must have changed that. That was a Mark II Steamroller rule. Yeah, that... I don't know when... I think I changed to Mark III. I joined in Mark III, and I didn't... I think I was allowed to do that. Alright, what time is it? It's 10. Time fly does when you have it does fly when you're having fun. I think super glue is probably my best bet to glue this guy. Because I don't feel like waiting for JB Weld tonight. Oh, no. So I didn't show you that part. I will show them again. It's actually pretty sweet. Let me zoom out. So the wings go into this piece right here. Like this. And that's one piece. And then this is the part that's magnetized to the chest. So, yeah. So when you travel, you just pop that out. And this is your piece right here. Yep. Room for this. Yes. Many Mark IV armies are small. Built around synergies from character units. That's fair. Yeah. Nate, what's up, man? Mark III removed that rule. Not true. I play versus Oriax in the same butcher in the same week. Well, how did they do? Did you beat them both? Because if you beat them both, then I'm still saying Harask. Oh yeah, this thing is like, without the wings, I think it like, so here's the base. I think it's like this tall. I think it's as tall as like Aberration. Because it's so hunched over and like leaning toward the battlefield, and then the wings just double its height. So the way I'll probably carry this around is I have 2 Ret battle foam pieces that fit in the little like the little like rectangle bag. I'm gonna put the wings in one half of it, and then I'm gonna put the torso in the other, and that's that. So I'll have both my carry-ons accounted for whenever I fly, and it'll both be models. Is it? Angels, don't worry about it. Great engineering. Hey, Ice, what's up, man? Yeah, there is some pretty sweet engineering. It's almost like they know what they're doing. Russ did say the delays for this was because of the wings. Yep. Yeah, with them doing resin, it opens up so much like room for like growth on models. I think. In Steamforge we trust. In Steamforge we do trust. Alright, so that is gonna... Yeah, like I think they are still in the boat of, oh lord, this is growing faster than we realized it would. Yes. Yep. I think I have a little misprint on this arm leg too. I don't know if you can see it in this. I'm waiting for this to dry. Man, I bet they have nice offices. I remember seeing the picture of their like Friday night, and it's just them playing War Machine in office. I was like, what a good night. He's like, I know these officers are bad. I've seen them. Let's see if I can show you that one piece I was talking about. Yeah, right there. You can see this line right here. It's like it shifted just a smidge right there. It is not on the other kneecap. It's super small. I'll sand it and I mean, here's a way better angle. From the top down, you can see it a lot more. I mean, once it catches up on camera, you'll see how when pointed down, you see it more. Yeah. So important question is fully painted Phantasm by Nova? I don't know. It greatly depends on how long this aberration takes me. I got this like a week earlier than I thought I would. Like tonight I should be painting the Phantasm, but I'm building this instead. So a problem, but not a problem. But this is going to require a little more cleanup than I thought because I have to sand down all the I have to sand this piece down pretty badly. And sanding it down will be waiting for a new part. I wouldn't have noticed if you didn't point it out, Lamau. I have a hyper fixation when it comes to eyes. That's like, I just notice all the small details. But it's also like good because like one of these will be for competition, one of these will not be. And like I'm trying to pick out which parts are better for which now. And it seems like literally like the first box I got was pretty sweet. Like I got to fix the bent sword. And then the second box was like a little not as nice. So I'll just use the second box as the different one. The lunchroom microwave was a super fun site. They've been doing the game was in dire straits. I do think SFG has been doing a good job of like promoting the game and like using ads, which does wonders. Yeah. And like yeah, SFG has a community, like their server, like their Discord server. Just prime example is their Discord server, how well built it is and how like organized it is for things. They're like, hey, look at these other cool models we make. Yeah. Monster Apocalypse is still a thing, but like... Andy, so have you looked at how hard the wings are to detach and magnetize? Just got in. They're actually super easy. You will just... you could probably even... We'll zoom back out and we'll go over the wings again because that piece, the legs are drying right now. There's this piece right here. This is the middle piece of the wings. This slots over here. And here. And then this is no glue, by the way. And that is, they're holding pretty firm. And then this goes into that. And that's the chest. The thing I'm noticing right now is on the fitment of this keyhole, the middle piece, it's you can see where there's a little bit of white dust in there too. That's where it's rubbing, so I'm gonna have to sand that down for it to fit. but that's where the magnet also goes. So this is your magnetized wing piece, and it just sits in there. And if you want to get really fancy, you could probably brass rod the 2 wings, and they can pop out. I mean, I have all the guild models. Oh, shut your mouth. Me, professional? Never. Professional wannabe is what it is. Yeah, I'm excited too. Yeah. Oh yeah. So for the people watching, this keyhole, I just shaved this piece down and it just fits in there like perfectly smooth now. So this little ridge right here, if you just sand that down and then you're gonna magnet that in there, you'll be perfectly fine. Very stoked to get your, yeah, very stoked to get your Phantasm. Yeah, I'm excited to see all the Phantasms. I know in the next few months we're gonna see some really dope painted ones, and I'm very excited for the next few months. I have been wanting this model for a long, long, long time. Oh, I can't wait for the clickbait title that I already have in mind for it. I'm so excited. Is Kithgard going to be your first Fury army, or did you play another before? Kithgard will actually be my first Fury army. I have never played a Fury army before. The closest thing I've played to playing a Fury army is playing Big Pig with Moraine. So for whatever that counts for, that is my limits of that. And then now I'm playing with monstrosities for the first time with Aberration. All right, so that's that. Well, this is probably dry enough. I could probably mess with this. For Phantasms? Oh, Nostella. I'd love to see the statistics of codes versus purchases too. Just push Fury as high as it goes. Everything works out. Okay. I'll make sure to park it right next to my models, like base to base. Nothing's going to go wrong because it's friendly faction, right? Yeah, I'm sanding this piece out already, and just the back of my X-Acto knife is making it way better. Until Chum Frenzies attacks his own support model, which I've seen, which is hilarious. Yeah, because he keeps getting hit and pushed back, so you never gets him in the front of the battlefield. And then he's just attacking his friends the whole time. Chum's so funny. Axe Zeller, can't wait. Alex Zeller, can't wait to get one and having a lot of fun playing this. Who are you playing it with? And this question goes out to Annie too. Are you guys both playing it with Helith, or are you guys playing with another caster? I know a lot of people have been testing it with Helith. Yeah, look at that. That is already dramatically better. So this is definitely not going to be a one-night build. I don't like the look of... breathe in the resin dust. I'm not, thankfully I'm just scraping, it's getting shavings. It's not like actual dust. I'll wet sand everything tomorrow. Well, tomorrow I'm actually gonna be paint streaming the Aberration, so this thing is gonna get put back on the back burner again. Helith. Yeah, see, everyone's playing her with Helith. Yeah, everyone's using Helith. But Tyrus. I don't know. I think Tyrus is like the one caster who is okay not taking the Phantasm. Like, I feel like he himself is independent enough. You don't need the Phantasm to, like, he does, like, how do I want to say this? Having the Phantasm doesn't dramatically improve his game, where, like, having the Phantasm dramatically improves Hellas and Hazaroth's game. Oh, Party Foul. Do you have any guesses on the when we'll see the Area Vigor's Colossal? Adepticon? I bet you they're gonna sell it at Adepticon. Crix will probably be out at, I think they're gonna sell Crix one at Lock and Load. That is, yeah, after that it's the new armies. Pictures of it and then maybe sold. Yeah. Hellas just seems like the best. Go ahead. Yeah, we just need Crix to get theirs. Yeah. We still do need to see the 80 mils for Old Umbry. Oxbox, yeah. I could see them announce the 80 mils for Old Umbry like Nova. Oh yeah, I don't think those models will be out until October. I wonder how much they're caring about the pipeline for WTC. Like, try not to release something last minute for WTC. They're only a month behind right now. Like, they're 1 month behind. Broken Coast War Machine, jealous. When does yours get in? Hellas seems like the best overall. Want to try out Double Phantasm just for the fun of it. Same. I need to touch my chum a bit, though I'm not happy with how my Prime Blood skin turned out. Blue at the time, highlight white. Makes them saturated. I could see the Crix one causing creative hurdles. I do want to talk about that in a second. Give me Scorn next year, please. Thank you, SFG. I think Menoth we're getting next year. I think that's gonna be the one that's gonna get everyone excited. Yeah, it's funny how Helith went from our worst Dusk caster to one of our best. Quite as good as Moraine. It's amazing and gratifying for a shameless Helith simp. Yeah, I think Helith's gonna have a new play. I am not a Helith stan. I don't like Helith, mostly because I like Hazaroth more. I'm a Hazaroth stand all day. But I'm glad the Phantasm makes both of our favorite casters, possibly the both least played casters, very good. Connor, I would like Leo Mark IV faction, please. I don't even know who they are. Can somebody explain to me what the Lael are? But are they like elves? Are they... Oh, I mean... If it's Menoth, you will hear my wallet being racked immediately. Correct. I know a lot of people who, if Menoth shows up, they are going to fucking full swing into that army, and I can't wait for that, because I don't think they're gonna do dinosaurs. Sorry, break your hearts that way. I think they're gonna do like paladins, like yeah. Yeah. The Lael are the French. That's what I'm hearing in chat. They're French. Who wants the French? Hang on, what are you guys doing? They're really short. I think WT is a part of the calculus at least a little bit, but I think it's one of the reasons we got the Oxbox rules as early as we did. I think they're doing Oxbox, and then that'll be like the last release that's out in time for list lock for that, and then after list lock, we'll get the rules for the 2-player box that's coming. Is that on track still, or is it early October? Ah. Ooh. Literally 3 days from list lock that was just moved today to allow that. Oh, that's so funny. All right, that's how much I pay attention to WTC. So yeah, I think the next rules I could even see the rules as early as Wednesday for the 2-player box. A few weeks. They're apparently fantasy French. For Wednesday, yeah. To be fair, I also play fantasy games with fantasy faction, so real-world allegories don't matter to me. Okay, fair. I also don't play any human armies at all, or got to the exception. They're giant Spartan barbarian guys. Well, I don't remember if was it you who saw it on Asmodee that the somebody saw it. I'm not saying you. And somebody saw it. That the new 2-player box is like a Q3 launch. Q3 ends in September, right? Because Q4 would be the last 3 months. No. They're not off fiscal years or anything like that. They go off quarterly. Like, it's every 3 months. So the last 3 months are December, November, October. That's Q4. Q3 is the 3 months before that. Look, chat's agreeing with me. Chat's agreeing. End of October is fine. That means I still get it at lock and load. Like, I will get the models in time to play at lock and load. Yeah, thank you, chat, for reaffirming my stupidity that we're about to end Q3 next month. They could do pre-orders at the end of they could do pre-orders at the end of the month. Who knows? Yeah. That one's dictated by how fast they can get off the boat. Yeah, because that one will be hips, and that'll not be coming from the normal factories. Orgoth definitely needs new stuff to be more interesting. I hope the Orgoth stuff's good too. Not because I think Orgoth needs buffs. I just want them to see some changes. I want them to... Go ahead. Stones. And walking bones. Walking stones and bones. I'm a huge fan. I can't wait. Yeah. That video is going to be fun because I'm making my co-host learn how to do non-metallic metals with me. So we're both going to do like true non-metallic metal or true like NMM for the first real time on that set. I'm doing NMM silver. He's doing NMM gold for the first time. I know. Well, like the Ava that I'm doing for competition, like it's gonna have, I have so many plans for NMM on it. Like I need to practice. They have a core internal balance issues that are exacerbated by the way they play into the packet. The two-head correct. Tyrants is always so smart. He really is. He really is the wizard behind the curtains. The two-headed metal dog thing looked awesome. Very glad for Orgoth local splitting it with. Can't wait to kill that thing. That's the best part when you find a local that has it. That is everyone. Even if the Orgoth models are totally like awful, every Orgoth player is loving those sculpts. Yeah. A lot of the early Mark IV stuff was like pretty futuristic looking. Dusk took it to an extreme, obviously. My biggest problem with the Tyrant originally is just it's the way it doesn't have shoulder pads. Like the Jackal looks awesome, but it has shoulder pads. Yeah. Oh, he's such a good painter. It just didn't fit the model, I don't think. Yeah. Jackal is one of the best models in the game, both sculpt and rules. Yeah, I 100% am agreeing with that. And like, they're like, I prefer the Jackal over the Tyrant. It looks way cooler to me. Yeah, whoever they got painting now, I don't know who they have as their painters now, but like they are crushing it. Like the Phantasm is beautiful. Yeah, and he was the one who did mm, the Apparition was, wasn't it? Okay. They had one miss, and it was the trike. The centerpiece painters. All right. Right now, just sanding down the chess pieces. These chess pieces do not want to fit. Yeah, like I just pushed that into place, and now I'm afraid that I don't know if I'll be able to get it out. This is the cooler one anyway, so. Oh god, yeah, that's quite stuck in there now. Oh god. There it goes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shave down a lot on this that I'm not gonna do tonight. No, I'll never knock the old painter, but the old paint jobs made the models look less appealing to me. I don't know. It's more of a photography was also a problem too. Like I remember the dust jacks. I was like, I remember seeing the photos. I was like, I don't know if I like these. And then I got them in person. I was like, I like this a lot. But they just they pictured them like straight on, and straight on they're like noodles. They're very skinny. But as soon as you go like just 10 degrees, just whoop, you see how big and menacing their shoulders are. Yeah, 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 yeah. They painted well, but didn't agree with the color choices. Yeah, that's kind of where I feel on them. Like a lot of the color choices, I was like, that's why, like when we were choosing our Orgoth color scheme, I was like, the colors they chose don't feel ancient evil. But that fits ancient evil. Oh. It's your fault. You're the reason they're green. May need some canned air to get that particulate out. I should just turn my airbrush on. That also works. Just a little. I will probably finish this with a mask tomorrow or at some point because I have to do a lot of sanding to get these pit parts to fit. No. It won't be that bad. I got the legs built tonight. Oh, now I can test this actually before I go to sleep. So I built the legs. This is actually very important for people. That's how easy it is to put on the base. Oh yeah. Literally just drops right in. If you wanted to be super, there's a little bit of play back here, probably because there's a little bit of play in these joints. If you wanted to be sure, you glue this all together. But like, I can't imagine trying to paint this like this. Yeah. Um. Well, I'll be setting the bases outside for like 5 minutes tomorrow because I think there's uncured resin on it. Oh yeah, the base is perfect, and I think the reason it's so big and like actually like big tactical rock is because they needed weight on the model that they could include, so had a stable foundation, so it didn't just wasn't over just top heavy. The wyvern, yeah. Oh, I just bought these things. I got these in the mail finally. It's just a bunch of metal balls, and like, and I'm just gonna glue them. Wow, I wonder if those. Yeah, that container, that's Amazon for you right there. Anyway, um, wow, that is hilarious. There's supposed to be more here, maybe. Well, whatever. But yeah, no, these are, and I'm just gonna put them in. You could just put them in the little holes and little things, and just glue them down. So this is also good for gunpla because the joints are like just pockets of like plastic, and you just stuff them in there. You don't have to glue them, and then when you close the piece together, because there's no glue, it just stays in there. So this is a dual purpose purchase. Yeah, these bases are gonna be really sturdy, and they got the logo on them. Good old SFG. I also like how it's symmetrical. Okay, let's see the size difference in McCoys versus the Phantasms. Yeah, I have it next to the Phantasm one. It makes it look so small. Yeah, this is just rocks. That tactical smoke. Do they? Oh yeah. Look. Dusk has a tactical cape on the Void engine. It just fucking swoops down. It's like dragging the ground. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like how dynamic the base is. Yep, the ball bearings. I use metal balls for my little P3 paints. Tactical rock, tactical smoke. Yep. That is probably going to do it for me tonight because it is 10:50 where I live. I have work tomorrow. Party Foul, Dragorium. If you guys don't follow him already, please go do. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow and a little bit earlier too, painting up the Aberration in Nastilla. Hell yeah. Well, good night, man. I'll catch you later and I'll do my outro for my stream. Appreciate the Army Painter paints come with mixing. Yeah, the new P3 does too. All the new P3 paints come with mixing balls. So they do as well. But that'll be it for me tonight, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. I do appreciate, and anyone who stopped in for the random spur of the moment stream. It's been awesome. It's been super fun. If this was useful, please share it around. Normal YouTube things. I forget the voice version exists. I own 2 of them. I own one. I sold the other one. Because it's kind of not useful for Dusk right now. But anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful night. If you want to watch me watch Paint Nastilla and maybe some more Phantasm work, be sure to follow tonight, and I will see you tomorrow. And big news is we hit 700 subscribers tonight. That was super cool of y'all. And I'm going to keep rambling if I don't end my stream. So good night. Have a wonderful night. Have some Swedish streams for me. And remember, stay hydrated. Later, Gator.